They brought the Dawgs, they brought the family, and we're just about ready for baseball back here at historic Damaschke Field. Welcome in on Oneonta Outlaws YouTube to pregame. As always, my name is Colby Smith, and this Outlaw team now 13-10-1, coming off a tough 9-4 loss to the Watertown Rapids here last night. Oneonta gave up a 7 spot in the top of the first inning that put them behind. And ladies and gentlemen, if you take out that half inning, we would have had a 4-2 ball game. But it took until the bottom of the ninth, something that we talked about with both Dylan Millman and Keaton Mard prior to the game today. This team, they got the bats going in the bottom of the ninth inning, which shows that, sure, when they're behind, they can get some energy, get some rejuvenation, and get some hits, but wasn't enough. Too late. They did leave the bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth inning, but 4 runs was all they could put home, and so 9-4 ended up being the final. We did have co-players of the game last night. Your first one, Brian Dangler. He was the first man out of the bullpen, finished 4 1/3, gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was charges earned with 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. And then our second player of the game, we had to go with a hitter last night as well. Lucas Grantham finishes 2 for 3 with a run scored, an RBI, and a hit by pitch. We were talking to Grantham a little bit on the field during batting practice this afternoon, and he's certainly got quite the mark from that hit by pitch he took in that 9th inning last night. But nice to see Grantham is in good shape, good spirits, and he's ready to go for what is going to be the player interview from this afternoon, which was with none other than Maris Dylan Millman. So hang here with us, Dylan Millman. Stop by the pregame show. Colby Smith, and I'm super pleased to be joined today by Outlaws outfielder Dylan Millman. Dylan, what's it been like being here in Oneonta so far this summer, and what kind of things have you learned so far?
Oneonta's been great. It's been a great team, got a good group of guys, great coaches. I love the town. It's small, very unique. So far, so good. I like it.
And what are some of the things that you've done or enjoyed doing here in Oneonta so far?
Off days specifically, I've been fishing a lot, umpiring games at Cooperstown. I've been doing a lot of games. Did 2 this morning, actually. Apart from that, trying out new food places, kind of just exploring town, getting the feet wet everywhere, and trying to see what Oneonta has to offer.
What are some of the go-to food places or places you've enjoyed so far?
Tino's Pizza, definitely number 1. The Latte Lounge on Main Street also. Also big on Moe's, Panera Bread. I haven't went to Five Guys yet, but I'm definitely gonna. That's about it.
Well, and you mentioned umpiring at the Cooperstown All-Star Village. What's it been like seeing the game from the other side and doing that?
I definitely like it a lot. It's different. It's different because usually you're used to playing the game, making plays, but now you get to watch, you get to officiate. It's definitely fun. It's a different scope of the game. And over there, too, it's a good group of guys. It's a bunch of us from the Outlaws, a bunch of older umpires who kind of teach us the ropes. And I enjoy doing it. It's honestly my favorite job I've ever had.
Well, and how do you feel like it's helped you guys grow together as a team, doing those games together and kind of having that activity in the morning before you even get here?
It definitely helps with everything. Chemistry, team bonding, friendships on the team. It's great for everything. See you guys in the morning. You guys are getting up, you're grinding, you're umpiring in the morning. Go back, have lunch, rest a little bit, get ready for our games.
Well, and how do you feel like this team has really dealt with that? I mean, long days, even on road game days for you guys, yeah. But yet everybody's still here putting in the work.
It's just what you got to do. You got to be gritty. You got to get down and dirty. If you got to work 2 games in the morning, then go play 9 innings or go play a doubleheader later in the day, so be it. Grab an energy drink, get some good sleep, and get to it.
Well, and what's your go-to before a game, or do you have any kind of game day ritual ahead of a game?
As far as a game day ritual, I like to get here kind of early, stretch out. I like to stretch out at home, foam roll. I got a little psoas, hit my back, hit the hips. Some days, if I'm a little tired, I'll grab a Rain energy drink, usually the sour gummy worm. But apart from that, just like sipping on water.
Well, you mentioned a great group of guys that you guys have here. How do you feel like everybody's really come together and you guys have weathered the circumstances, rid the ups and downs all together?
It's just going back to a great group of guys. We're all gelling together very well. And even through the ups and downs, like you said, we're just staying as a team. Nobody's getting on each other, blaming. It's a team. It's a team game. Everybody knows, and it's a good atmosphere.
Well, and what kind of things have you learned from other guys in the locker room so far this summer?
Just like a little scope of like how other people handle their business and work ethic and whatnot. Just get to see a lot of things. Get get to see a lot of guys. Some guys get here early, some guys will just roll in, and it's just whatever type of player you are.
Well, and in terms of those sorts of things, what kind of things have you specifically been targeting, working on this summer, been trying to help other guys out with?
Personally, myself, I'm trying to catch the ball out in front more. I get jammed a lot. But apart from that, Jaden Ross, actually, he's in my hitting group, and he'll give me a couple pointers here and there, just reminding me stay in the back hip, stay back, don't lunge forward, stuff like that.
Well, it seems like whenever I talk to guys about leaders on this team, Jaden Ross's name always gets thrown around. Do you feel like he's really taken over a leadership role for this team?
I would say so, yeah. He's definitely out there. He's definitely one of our harder workers. He's very vocal on the team, helps out a lot of guys. Definitely.
Well, and talking about leadership, helping out guys, last night, not exactly the ideal start for you guys. Turned around, had a comeback in the end of the game, but fell short. What's it like in a game like that, where you finally get the bats going, but it just ends up being too late?
It's just, if they're going to throw a haymaker, you got to throw one back, you got to punch back, you got to answer back. Yesterday's just one of those days where we didn't answer back right away, didn't answer back in time, and it didn't go in our favor. But I think today we're going to get the bats rolling, going to punch first, and it's going to be a good day.
Talking about getting the bats rolling, you mentioned it to me just before we started this thing. You guys up there in Boonville put on quite the offensive show on Sunday. What do you feel like was working for you guys on Sunday up there?
I think everybody was loose, cool. Get some runs, give Cullen some insurance. Cullen's going to shove. I know he will. Hopefully he goes 9 shutty, but apart from that, I'm going to miss them. They're definitely a good 3 group of guys. Wofford's got a good trio coming towards them.
Dylan, thank you so much for your time. Good luck tonight.
No problem. Thank you.
So back here inside Damaschke Field, the Outlaws going to have some last-minute lineup changes, so we'll get to that here momentarily. But had to give you the opportunity to hear from Dylan Millman. Certainly had a lot to say. Hope you enjoyed hearing from him about all his favorite spots to eat around Oneonta, the way this team has bonded together so far this summer, and a lot more. But without any further ado, we hinted at it already, but we're going to pop things over to our coach's interview from earlier this afternoon with Outlaws head coach Keaton Mark. Colby Smith back on another Outlaws coach's interview with Keaton Mark. Coach, last night Watertown Rapids jumped on you guys early in that one. What did you see in that first inning?
Yeah, I mean, it's not every day we're going to have. I mean, that was the first inning. We've really got a big number on us. Not every day your pitcher's going to have the best stuff. I mean, a couple ground balls through the hole after a couple walks, and then one thing led to another. But, tough start. But try to come back. We hit it pretty well throughout the game, but obviously wait till that last inning to put up the runs too. So just a tough day overall for us, but we'll bounce back today.
Well, and we've talked about it a few times this year, but sometimes one big inning and sometimes things go awry. How do you feel like last night, despite that first inning, you guys rallied back the rest of the way?
I mean, we rallied back well on defense. I mean, Goebel and Dangler and Blair came in. I mean, 2 runs the rest of the game. You can't ask for much more than that. It was great relief for us. But like I said, we didn't get runs that last inning. We had a couple loud outs and some earlier innings right at people. They made some good plays. It was just tough to.
Well, and how do you feel like the bullpen has really stepped up here these last couple of weeks?
I think they've stepped up great. I mean, like I said yesterday, Dangler, Blair, and Goebel haven't thrown in a while. They came in, like I said, 2 runs the rest of the way and 8 innings. Great job. So they've really stepped up well.
Well, and how do you feel like, in terms of your lineup, guys have really started to find their place, and how do you feel like guys have, been contributing here as of late?
Yeah, the other guys that were, I don't average-wise struggling, but still hitting balls well, but they're starting to find holes, and I mean, Colton with a big day the other day, and Marco's been swinging, and other guys have just been stepping up overall.
Well, you talked about Colton Harrison. What did you see from him up there on Sunday in that doubleheader at Boonville?
He just looked a lot more comfortable, and obviously he was swinging well. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. 2 bombs, double here and there, and yeah, I hope he continues.
Well, and all things considered, we've talked about it a couple times, but you're going to be losing those Wofford guys after tonight. How do you feel like losing those guys is going to affect the locker room?
I mean, it's definitely tough. Those guys are fitting in really well. They're getting along with the older guys well, and I don't think they want to leave, but unfortunately they have to. But yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, losing a couple key pieces in the lineup, and obviously Colin as a starter is tough to lose, but someone's got to step up and just fill in that spot.
Well, and who do you think has really stepped up here as of late and has made a big impact despite what numbers might say?
Definitely Kyle Kockamy is coming in and fitting in right away. He's going to be good for us. King's starting to swing it. Nick is starting to swing it too. Marco's starting to swing it, like I said, and Millie. So, yeah, we should be pretty good.
Well, and then bringing in Kyle, you said you were expecting big things from him, but did you expect that things would be so big right out of the jump like they have been?
Yeah, I knew he was a good player. He filled in for us last year in the last 4 games, and I could tell he can play right away, and he's a good baseball player all around.
Talking about great baseball players, what are some things that you're hoping that certain guys can clean up, or that overall as a team you guys can work on here moving forward?
We only had 2 errors last night, but just cleaning up the simple stuff and not doing anything crazy. Outfield throws coming in, just hitting cuts, cleaning up easy ground balls, routine plays, that's all.
How do you feel like the communication has really kept up and the positivity has kept up through this team despite whatever circumstances get thrown your guys' way?
Like I said, I think the team's getting along really well. We have 40 guys. They all seem to mold really well. No issues in the clubhouse, no issues on the field. Guys pick each other up here and there, so it's going really well.
And moving forward, you guys are going to be playing this Boonville Lumberjack team here tonight, a team that you put the bats around on well on Sunday. What have you seen the first couple times around from Boonville, and what do you think really worked for you guys on Sunday?
Just applying pressure on them, just putting the ball in play. We hit really well, but just hitting hard ground balls and just keeping pressure on them. They've made some mistakes here and there, so just keep putting pressure on their infielders. Should do the job.
Coach, one last question here before I let you go. It's Bark in the Park night here at Damaschke Field, and obviously the crowd really gets into stuff like that. What are you expecting the atmosphere to be like tonight?
I hope it's live. As a dog owner myself, I hope everybody brings their dogs and we have a good night.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. Good luck tonight.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Back here to Damaschke Field on our pregame show. As promised, a look at today's starting lineup. We did have a change from when we first threw this together, so leading things off, going to be shortstop now, Tanner Harding. Kyle Kakamis is out of the lineup, so Nick Delvecchio will take his spot, and he's going to play second base. Ethan Glossa does the DH duties. Colton Harrison going to be at first. Marco Moises now in right field. Lucas Grantham is behind the plate. Ryan King going to be at third base. Dylan Millman plays left. Jaden Ross is in the 9 spot in center field. And Owen Burnsworth, pitcher to the left, going to be the extra hitter, and he is in the 10 spot. Cullen Condon going to be the starting pitcher tonight for the Outlaws, making his final start before the 3 Wofford guys head off and move into school here coming up in a couple of days. So we got our national anthem coming up here momentarily from Damaschke Field. We're going to step aside, and when we come back, pregame going to come to a close, and we'll get first pitch rolling here on YouTube.
Head coach Keaton Mark, assisted by Josiah Aska. Will everyone now please rise and remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
So that's going to wrap up our pregame for the evening. It's Boonville and Oneonta for the 4th time so far here in the season series. 7 meetings in total in 2024 between these two teams, and the Outlaws have taken the first 3. We are going to get a first pitch thrown out tonight from the Superhero and Ripped Jeans Humane Society. As we mentioned, it is Bark in the Park night, so we got a handful of dogs here, and that one's going to be a bit high and upstairs. But nonetheless, a great first pitch. Lucas Grantham going to salute Pam Spiracco, and we'll get ready for the warm-up tosses from Cullen Condit. Again, it's Oneonta who's taking the first 3 in the season set from Boonville. These two will meet up 2 more times after tonight, as Boonville will turn around to be right back here on Friday night for a 7 o'clock game, as the Outlaws 4 consecutive home games here this week, last night, tonight, and then, of course, the 4th of July on Thursday and that game on Friday against the Jets. Boonville last return here, Saturday, July 20th. That'll be a 7 o'clock start, as Oneonta 2 straight Saturday night home games in the middle part of July, as the Amsterdam Mohawks will be here on the 13th, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. The Boonville Lumberjacks 6-15 entering tonight after a 10-0 loss in 8 innings last night up at Utica. So they now have lost 4 in a row, and they're going to turn things over to their two-way player and two-way phenom and Carter Storty on the hill tonight to try to get them back with the ship sailing in the right direction. Taking a look down the Boonville Lumberjacks lineup 1-10 tonight. Wei Chen Wang going to lead things off in left. Carter Storty, both the DH and the pitcher. Jats Miller going to be in right field. Hugo Conors plays third. Josh Braxton going to be in center field. Jackson Williford, the extra hitter, hits 6th. Jose Valdez does the catching. Charlie Pellissier is going to play second. Nate Vasquez will be at first. And Waldy Rodriguez is going to be in the 10 spot playing short. So it's Cullen Condon on the mound for the Outlaws tonight. 2-2 record entering in, and his ERA a bit inflated from what he'd like it to be. 5.81 through 4 starts and 5 appearances. 21 2/3 innings pitched in total. He's been charged for 20 runs, 14 of which are earned. Surrendered 23 hits, 20 watts, and he struck out 31. Wei Chen Wang going to come to the plate here for Boonville as we're getting ready to get this thing started. The Lumberjacks going to be in their visiting green tops with the yellow lettering and white trim tonight. Outlaws are in the orange jerseys with black text across the front and black numbers as Condon delivers the first pitch, and a high fly ball right side of the infield, going to drift up and out of play as it drops down and stays in the ballpark, so it'll be a 0-1 count on Wei Chen Wang. Wang has gone a combined 1 for 5 with a double and RBI in 3 appearances against the Outlaws so far this season. His 1 hit came in Game 1 on Sunday of the doubleheader between these two as the 0-1 offering. Up and in tight to the hands. It'll go to 1-1. Wei Chen Wang in total a .265 hitter through 12 games played. He stands at 5'7", 150. 1-1. Opposite way hit, going to drop into shallow left. Wang will take a big turn around first, and he's on base to lead this thing off. So Wang potes a single into left field to get the Boonville Lumberjack offense started, and we'll go down to Carter Storty. Storty, as we said, a two-way phenom for this team. 6'0", 205 from Lemont, Illinois. Making his first start as that one shot straight on back into the screen by Storty, so it'll go to 0-1. Threw an inning back on June the 16th against the Outlaws, gave up 2 hits and struck out 2, facing 6 batters. At the plate, he's gone for a .283 average through 15 games played, as that one going to clip the lower outside corner, and it'll go to 0-2. Storty last night, 1 for 3 as he had the lone hit for the Lumberjacks in the 10-run loss at Utica. Pit throw back to first, and in there safely was Wei Chen Wang. It's Colton Harrison at first base. Now down at second for Oneonta's Nick Del Vecchio. Hardin's at third. And King's at third. That one going to ring him up as it comes up tight for strike 1. For strike 3, excuse me. Making the last minute changes to our defensive lineup. So it's Del Vecchio, who's at second, Harden at short, and King at third, as I apologize. That one out towards right. Moises going to camp underneath it for the out, and Wei Chen Wang will be forced to retreat back to first. So it'll be F9 to retire Jats Miller, 1 pitch and 1 out. So there's 2 away now for Hugo Cohnhorst.
Strolling to the plate, the third baseman from Mineral Area College, number 9, Hugo Cohnhorst.
Cohnhorst 6'2", 205 from Jackson Heights, New York. So had to come a couple hours north to play summer ball for the Lumberjacks. He's hitting .245 through 17 games on the season, has a couple of doubles and 5 RBIs. First offering of the at-bat, going to come in tight to the knees for ball 1. Josh Braxton has come out of the dugout. He's waiting in the on-deck circle for Booneville here in this top of the first if they need him. Wei Chen Wang at first after his leadoff single. Condon sent 2 down. That one just a bit up off the plate for ball 2. Cohnhorst 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout last night at Utica. Has not had a hit in his last 5 games. 2-0, Chang's on the move. Grantham lost the mask, sails that throw into center field. So a big turn for Wang. He's going to get to third. Tad for King was late. So Wei Chen Wang going to get all the way to third. So that will be an E2 and a stolen base. So Wang gets second on the stolen base, advances to third on the error. And now it's Cohnhorst at third. 3-0 count as Condon delivers that one high for ball 4. So Wei Chen Wang going to be at third. Hugo Cohnhorst is at first, and it's runners at the corners with 2 down for Josh Braxton.
Fielder from Mount St. Mary's University, number 24, Josh Braxton.
Braxton 6'1", 205, sophomore representing Mount St. Mary's U on this Booneville roster. Is their team leader in batting average as he's hitting .410 through his 15 games. That one deflects off the glove of Grantham, rolls behind the plate. Wayne sliding in head first, and the first run's going to score. So that'll be scored as a pass ball for Wei Chen Wang to score. And it's going to be 1-0 Booneville here early on. Cohnhorst with a couple of step lead off of first. The 1-0 misses low and away outside. It's ball 2. The Lumberjacks can have 2 consecutive off days after tonight, as they will not be back in action until they're here on Friday night to see the Outlaws again. Harrison trying to slap that tag on, couldn't get it down in time. Again, it's Harrison, Delvecchio, Hardin, King from right to left on the Oneonta outfield. Millman, Ross, and Moises left to right in the outfield. That one comes up tight to the hand, but a called strike as it'll go 2-1. Braxton with 3 RBIs, 8 walks, 14 Ks, has 7 stolen bags as the 2-1 sprayed out towards right, going to curve and foul ground past the Lumberjack dugout, and it's a 2-2 count. So Condon 1 good pitch away from getting out of this top of the first inning. From the first base side is 2-2. Broke on in there, too tight to the belt for ball 3. Condon now in his first full count here tonight. Can they continue the hot streak after he went 6 innings, 1-run ball against Utica last Wednesday night? Payoff pitch on the right side of the infield. Diving down, Delvecchio picks up, fires to first in time. That's a 4-3 to send down Josh Braxton. Booneville plates a run, but to the bottom of the first we go. Jats have the 1-0 lead. Back here on Outlaws YouTube, bottom half of inning number 1 as the Outlaws going to be looking to get the bats rolling here early against Carter Storty.
Representing Wofford, number 16, Tanner Hardin.
Tanner Hardin going to be the leadoff batter, as he'll be followed by Nick Delvecchio and Ethan Glossa here in this first inning. First pitch going to go up and away outside, ball 1. Valdez is behind the plate tonight for Storty. Same catcher he worked with in his only other outing, which was an inning against the Outlaws back on the 16th of June. Oneonta with the rain out Friday the 21st only had to make 2 trips up to Boonville, as we played 2 on Sunday to make up that game. So the count's now 3-0 on Hardin. Is Storty working quickly, fired that one in for a called strike 1. Clip that outside corner of the zone with a slider. 3-1, big swing and a miss as Hardin went reaching for 1. Payoff offering from Storty. Put towards third. Cohnhorst in, scoops up, fire to first. High, and going to go all the way to the screen. Vasquez will come tight to the bag and making sure he's there to cover. So Hardin going to be on base. Courtesy of
Next up for the Outlaws from LIU.
an E5.
Nicholas Delvecchio.
And we'll go to Nick Delvecchio. Storty trying that pickoff throw to first, and Hardin was able to get back in there. It's Vasquez at first, Pellissier at second, Rodriguez at short, and Cohnhorst at third. Is the count quickly going to go 0-1 on Delvecchio. Delvecchio trying to keep his hot bat going. It's the highest he's hit in the Oneonta order, as he's in there subbing for Kyle Kakamis, who is supposed to play short tonight. Count going to go to 1-1. Delvecchio, .217 average through 8 games. Comes off a 1-for-4 night with 2 RBIs in that 9th yesterday. Hardin has to go diving back head first into first. Again, Ethan Glossa, Colton Harrison, Marco Moises, Lucas Grantham, Ryan King, Dylan Millman, Jaden Ross, Owen Burnsworth the order. As that bouncer toward short, Rodriguez covered the bag. Low throw past the glove of Vasquez. Going to roll all the way to the screen as Delvecchio advancing his second. So that'll be a single and an E6 here for the Boonville Lumberjacks to get Delvecchio to second. Hardin forced down at second base, sits on assisted. So now it's Delvecchio at second for Ethan Glossa, who's hitting .317. Glossa offering at this one as it'll be strike 1. Glossa 5'11", 210, is a combined 13 for 41 on the summer so far with 9 RBIs. Lays off this one, takes the strike 2 call as it'll quickly drop to 0-2. Delvecchio with a healthy lead off a second. Glossa 1 for 4 with a double and a strikeout yesterday. As that one just barely low and away off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Storty with a long checklet to second. Drills Gloss on the back with 1. So it'll be now 2 on base for Oneonta here in the bottom of the first.
For your Outlaws, the first baseman from Northwestern State.
Colton Harrison going to be the next man to come to the plate for the Outlaws. 6'1", 215. He just recently committed to Northwestern State. Had a heck of a time on Sunday up in Boonville in the doubleheader as he won a combined 5 for 6 between the 2 games. 3 doubles in game 1, 2 homers in game 2. And one broke in high and in, so it'll be ball 1. So a combined 7 RBIs between the two games in the doubleheader on Sunday. Had the off day yesterday. Doherty's 1-0. Both runners wanted to go. Hit towards third. Picked up by Conors. Fired to second. Flipped on over. And safe. Going to be the call at the first base bank.
The right fielder from the
So Harrison able to get over there, courtesy of the fielder's choice. It'll be sitch 4, to force Gloss out at second. Delvecchio gets to third, and so it'll be first and third with 2 away. Moises with his left foot set up tight to the chalk line. Now in right field tonight for the Outlaws. Is that one missing low and away off the plate? He's hitting 185 through 10 games played. Was a guy who Josiah Aska said yesterday been swinging the bat lately, and that one bounces into center. Delvecchio crosses the plate, and we will be tied at 1-1 here in the bottom of the first.
Make some noise for the Outlaws.
Marco Moises coming up with a big RBI single to even this thing up.
Grantham.
Harrison advancing over to second. So it'll be Harrison at second, Moises at first, ahead of Lucas Grantham. Grantham, one of our co-players of the game yesterday, with a 2-for-3 performance. Had a run, an RBI, and a hit by pitch. He's got 3 hits combined over his last 2 games. Is that one missing in low for ball 1? Grantham, a .257 hitter through 11 games, 9 for 35 with a triple, 6 RBIs, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. 1-0 off the glove of Storty, picked up at second, Pellicer to Rodriguez, and they're going to call Moises out. So it'll be 6-4 to force down Moises, and we will go to the second. 1-1 going to be your score here on Outlaws YouTube. Top of the second inning, and for Boonville, it's going to be 6, 7, 8 to hit in the order. Lumberjacks opting to bat 10 yet again here tonight for their 22nd consecutive game. It's game 22 for them tonight. Again, they come in 6 and 15. First one in there high from Cullen Condon, and it'll be ball 1. One-0, tip straight on bat behind the plate, and it'll be 1-1. Williford, the extra hitter in the lineup tonight. So redshirt freshman from Mississippi College, 5'10", 185. He's got a .292 average on the summer. He went a combined 0 for 4 with a strikeout on Sunday in the doubleheader as he played both games. Did have 2 hits against the Outlaws back on June 16th as the 1-1 sails in high and in for ball 2. Williford hitless in 3 of his last 4 games. Did have 2 hits at Watertown last Thursday as he bounced one in shallow center for a single. And so he'll be on to lead off the top half of the second.
The catcher from Villanova, number 30.
Came right around on one, high and away. And now one of his fellow catchers in Jose Valdez is going to come to the plate. Valdez, a 111 hitter through 8 games. Went 0 for 1 with a walk and a run in game 1 Sunday. Just above his shoelaces, it'll be ball 1. Charlie Pellissier, Nate Vasquez, and Waldy Rodriguez round out the Boonville order behind him. 1-0 pitch, in high to the bat, ball 2. Valdez sits 215, just finished his junior year at Villanova. His Condon's 2-0, off the end of the bat, scooped up by Harrison, taken to the bag. But it's foul ball. So it's 2-1. So they count 2 balls and 1 strike on Jose Valdez. Shot to the right side of the infield. Delvecchio turns to Hardin. Big spinorama move to Harrison, and they get the double play. 4-6-3. Heck of a spin move by Hardin down there at the second base bag.
The second baseman from Daytona State, number 13.
The Outlaws really turning things on the defensive side of the ball here these last few days. And now Charlie Pellissier going to come up with the leadoff single erased. Pellissier fouling the first one to the left of the Oneonta dugout, so the count will quickly jump to 0-1. Pellissier from Jacksonville, Florida, a 120 hitter through 9 games played on the summer. Combined 3 for 25 with a double and 9 runs scored. Is another one sent right on into the Oneonta dugout, so it'll be 0-2. Condon trying to send Pellissier down to end the second inning here in a timely fashion. Gets and delivers. Pellissier checks his swing. And they're going to say he held up. So 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. That going to go off the chalk line in the lefty batter's box, so 2-2. Pellissier 1 for 4 with a run and 2 strikeouts at Watertown on the 27th. Came in tight for ball 3. So after Condon worked ahead, 0-2, now it's quickly run back to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Base paths are empty, the payoff pitch. Sent on off into the screen, third base line. Outlaw dugout on the third base line. Booneville dugout on the first base side. Another payoff offering. Belted out towards right field. Moises tugging over towards the line. Reached up and he dropped that one in foul territory. So Moises unable to snag that one down. It'll be a foul ball. And now it'll be pitch A to the at-bat coming up. Pellissier has only played once against the Outlaws so far. It was an 11-7 game back here on June the 5th. Condon also had to start that night against Booneville. Out towards left field, going to drop in front of Millman. Big turnaround first for Charlie Pellissier, but he holds up there, and he's got a single with 2 outs. So Nate Vasquez will go in the 9th spot in the order. Condon, and speaking of that, his only other appearance of the season against Booneville, June 5th, the 11-7 wins. He went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, both were earned, walking 3 and striking out a season-high 11. Vasquez put it straight on back into the screen, and so it'll be 0-1 count. Vasquez, 6'3", 210 from Copper's Cove, Texas. Hitting just a smidge shy of 100 with an 091 through 9 games. 0-1 pitch from Condon. Up and away, but a called strike, so 0-2. Condon going to take a quick check look on Charlie Pellissier. Take a couple of step lead off the first base bag. Drills that one in as it's shot on up into the screen behind home. Waldy Rodriguez, the only Lumberjack yet to come to the plate, waiting in the on-deck circle. He's the 10-hole hitter, which and then we turn around and go back to the top of the order and Wei Chen Wang. Another 0-2 pitch from Condon. Delivers. Bouncer left side of the infield. Harden dives down, clipped it off his glove, and it rolls into left field. Vasquez going to be credited with a single. So that'll now be 3 hits in the inning, 2 on base, and Waldy Rodriguez to hit.
The shortstop, number 27, Waldy Rodriguez.
Rodriguez from New York City, heading this fall to play at NJIT. Has a 188 average through 7 games played as he lays off the first one as it came in high. Rodriguez a combined 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout in the doubleheader Sunday. The 1-0. Shot straight on back into the screen, so it draws even 1 ball, 1 strike. Rodriguez only has 1 hit over his last 5 games here for the Lumberjacks. Rodriguez going to call time and he'll step out. You're on Bark in the Park night at Damaschke Field. Condon a long check look down to second is 1-1. Brate slow and away outside, ball 2. This is just the second time that Rodriguez has played on the road here for Boonville. His only other time was here at Damaschke Field way back on June the 5th in game 1 of 7 in the season series. Another one low and away outside, and so it's going to be 3-1. Charlie Pellissier's at second, Nate Vasquez at first, and now Waldy Rodriguez in a 3-1 count. Rodriguez with a high skyrocket right side of the infield. Harrison going to drift over in foul territory. Mice is charging in, bats him up, but Harrison able to bring it down. It's a P3. That one stayed up there forever. To the bottom of the second we go. Still going to be a 1-1 score between Boonville and Oneonta. Bottom of the second inning as we welcome you back in here on Oneonta Outlaw YouTube. Lucas Grantham, Ryan King, and Dylan Millman to hit here for Oneonta.
The third baseman from the University of Rhode Island, number 2, Ryan King.
Ryan King leads off the half inning. As the first offering from Storty off the glove and rolls to the backstop. Grantham ended the first inning with a fielder's choice. One clips King, and so he's going to be given first. That one came up high and got Ryan King, so he gets the free pass. As that's the fourth hit by pitch he's taken on the summer so far. Dylan Millman going to be the next up, as he's in the 8th spot in the lineup. He's hitting .231 through 9 games played on the season, and you heard from him in our pregame show tonight. First pitch from Storty, he's able to lay off. It'll be ball 1. Millman has hits in 3 of his last 4 games played, as that one in tight for a called strike. He has 2 hits and 5 at-bats against Boonville on the season so far. Pick throw over to first, and able to slide back in was King. Jaden Ross and Owen Burnsworth, the 2 in the order to follow Dylan Millman. 1-1 from Storty. King's on the move. Millman with a bouncer over toward short. Rodriguez tipped it on the backhand. Turning and getting into third is King, and it'll be runners at the corners with nobody out. That'll be a single for Dylan Millman. So we'll next go to Jaden Ross. Millman will be on a 3-game heat streak at the plate. For Jaden Ross. Ross a .211 average, 14 games played, a combined 8 for 38. Going to pick up a couple of RBIs, give the team their first lead. Past the glove of Conhorst into left field. King's going to trot on in to score. Stopping at second is Millman. Ross has got an RBI, and it's 2-1 Oneonta.
Next up, the extra hitter from RPI number 6, Owen.
That'll be a big one for Jaden Ross to get the RBI that time around. Owen Burnsworth going to hit with 2 on base, a position he hasn't seen all too many times so far this summer. He's been down in the bottom of the lineup every time he's been in there. 8 games played, he's got a .118 average. Came tight to the belt, it'll be ball 1. Burnsworth has not played since Thursday night up at Glens Falls when he went 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. 1-0, high to the hands again, it's ball 2. Millman off a second, Ross off a first, 2-0, called strike, and it'll go to 2-1. Burnsworth waving that bat around as the 2-1. In there tight again, ball 3. Long look to second to 3-1. Burnsworth not going to come around on it, so the count goes full. Outlaws get the off day tomorrow before they'll be right back here on Thursday to face Mohawk Valley on the 4th of July for a 6 o'clock start with post-game fireworks to follow. Burnsworth drops in the corner in left field. Millman comes around third. Ross going to be waved in as well. Stopping at second is going to be Burnsworth. And on the throw at the plate, Ross called safe. Ross with some good hustle to get on in there. Burnsworth with a pair of RBIs, and it's a 3-1 game.
To the top of the order with a shortstop from Wofford, number 16, Tanner Harden.
So Oneonta with 3 runs home in the inning, as it's now 4-1, and to the top of the order will go for Tanner Harden. The Lumberjacks going to try to settle down Storty. He's had a pretty rough start to this inning. Giving up 3 hits and a hit by pitch. The score now 4-1 in favor of the Outlaws. 4 runs on 4 hits. And they're hoping Tanner Harden can come up with a big one here, get another run in. Much different start to the game than the Outlaws had over the first couple innings yesterday. Watertown put up a 7 runs behind the top of the first inning. Oneonta did not score in yesterday's game until the bottom of the 9th, so nice to see 4 early runs here against Storty and the Jets. Harden going to step up to the plate. He reached on an E5 and was forced out, sits unassisted in the first inning. Harden stands at 6-0, 175 from Union, South Carolina. Shows bunt on the first one. Picked up in front of the plate. Valdez to first, and they call out. That'll be a 2-3 for out 1. As Harden does the job, at least advancing the base runner. So Burnsworth is at third, and Nick Delvecchio now bats. Delvecchio, 1 for 2 with a pair of RBIs and a walk. Has 2 hits combined in 2 games against Boonville. Shot right back to Storty, checked the runner and got it to first. So 1-3, they retire Delvecchio for out 2, 1 pitch, 1 out. To next come up Ethan Glossa. Glossa, 5'11", 210. Trying to come up with a big hit to bring in Burnsworth. Has 3 hits in 3 games against Boonville, a hit in each, as he works ahead in the count 1-0. Shadows creeping in across the diamond as Glossa shot it in the first baseline foul territory. 1-1 it'll go. Glossa settles back into the box, 1-1 count with 2 away. Your bottom second. Shot one straight on back behind the plate. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it'll be. Glossa with hits in 7 of his last 8 games. Has 4 multiple hit games on the summer. Belts one out to center field. Takes a couple of skips, picked up by Braxton. Burnsworth scores, and it's 5-1 here in the second.
Put your hands together for the first baseman from Northwestern State, number 33, Colton.
Love to see Ethan Glossa coming up with another big hit for Oneonta. He got hit by a pitch in the first inning, so he's been on base twice. And we shift things down to Colton Harrison. He reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. Glossa wants to run. Is that one? Rolling down into the Outlaw bullpen and left. It'll go 0-1. Harrison, 0-1 pitch. Takes it high and away, ball 1. 1-1 pitch from Storty. Shot on off to the left of the Outlaw dugout, third base line, so it'll go 1-2. Now Storty 1 good pitch away from getting out of this inning. Already 4 have crossed the plate here in the second as it's a 5-1 ball game. 1-2 offering. Harrison reached for a slider low and away, so he'll be down swinging. Through 2, it's going to be a 5-1 lead for the Oneonta Outlaws. Into the third we go here on Outlaw YouTube. Top of the order for the Boonville Lumberjacks. Here as we start the third against Cullen Condon. First pitch, going to come on in there, in tight for ball one. Wayne single, stole second, got the third on an E2, has scored a run in the first. 1-0, in there tight to the knees, ball two. So Wayne working ahead quickly. On Condon. 2-0. Out towards left. Liner caught by Millman on the run for out one. So an L7 retire Wang, and the Carter Storty will go in the lineup.
Now batting for Booneville, designated hitter and pitcher, number 11.
Storty struck out looking back in the first inning. He's been a regular in this Booneville lineup 2-5. There's the first offering. Right out towards Harden. Picked up on the backhand, forced over to Harrison. High, but he brought the foot down in time. 6-3, going to be the out to retire Storty. He's 0 for 2, and Jets Miller comes up next.
Digging in, the right fielder from Walsh University, number 32.
Miller playing right field tonight for Booneville. He's kind of been all over in the outfield so far. He's picked up a couple of starts in left, played center field once, and primarily a right fielder. His account's 1-0. Miller certainly hit better at home, at least as of late. So he reached for one in the dirt, and it'll go to 1-1. Sits to 205 from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. As that one missing low and away outside, 2-1. Three for 17 is Miller in his last 5. Is that one brought down and left by Dylan Millman on the run. So it'll be a fly out to left for out number 3 as Millman only had to take about 4 steps behind him. To the bottom of the third we go. Booneville goes down 1-2-3 for the first time, and the Outlaws now going to look to strike some more on the scoreboard.
From the University of New Orleans,
Am I on?
23, Marco.
All right, here we go. You got a mic or just me? Just me, all right. Ooh, good swing there by Micro. All right, we got bottom 3 here. 5-1 loss. See if we can scratch a few more, get out of here in a couple innings. That would be nice. Roll over to first. Pitcher's got to get over. Take it himself. Good hustle by Marco there. How's your night going so far, Colby? Can I hear you?
My night's going great. How's yours?
It's not bad. Enjoying my day off. Great weather.
And
What?
for those of you who are wondering, this is Kyle Pollock with us.
Nice to meet you guys. Happy to be on here. Join the live stream. We got Lucas Grantham here. Lucas's last game, him and all the Wofford kids, Tanner and Colin. They've been great so far this summer. Headed down south to South Carolina a little early this year for them. Enjoy their freshman year next year. What's up, Kemp? Lucas takes ball one. We got a 1-1 count here, Colby. Colin's looked great tonight. I mean, he's just been dominant baseball the whole night, throwing strikes. He's looked great. All 4 pitches seem to be working. Soft liner out to left, and Lucas will fly out to the left fielder. Hopefully this isn't a quick inning. I mean, sheesh, only been up here for 2 batters.
From Rhode Island, number 2, Ryan King.
Here you go, King. Not as many dogs as I'd think of barking the park here tonight. What are you thinking, Colby?
Definitely thought we'd have more.
Yeah, I've only seen a few. It's a little upsetting. Here's Ryan King. URI products. Good swing low right there by King. There we go. Liner out to left, see if you can get 2 out of that. Holding up by 1. Good swing by King right there, baby. Attaboy. Here's my guy, Dylan Millen, baby. Shout out D. Millie Sev. It's my guy. Yes, sir. See if you can park one here for me. Millen had a single through the 5-6 hole last at bat, which sparked a big second inning for the Outlaws. First pitch, a little cue ball a second, see if you can beat it out. Second baseman's in time. Tires at the end of the 3rd inning. All right, Colby. You got my time, big man.
Appreciate it, Kyle.
Blessed to be on the stream. Let's go.
So a big shout out to KP there for dropping by our broadcast here in the bottom of the 3rd. Hope you enjoyed hearing from him as we get ready to go for the top of the 4th here between Boonville and Oneonta. Still a 5-1 score for the Outlaws. We'll take our first look of the evening at the PGCBL out-of-town scoreboard. Doubleheader going down in Saugerties. Game 1 goes to the Albany Baseball Club 5-3. In Game 2, it's the bottom of the 2nd. The Stallions have a 4-0 advantage. Bottom 4 up in Watertown, 3-0 lead for the Rapids over Glens Falls. 5-3, the Amsterdam Mohawks leading Mohawk Valley at home, bottom 3rd. Elmira and Auburn yet to get started for whatever reason. Was supposed to be a 7:15 game. And in the top of the 2nd, the last game to get going today, another 7:15er. Top of the 2nd, Batavia and Geneva tied up at 3. Oh, so here we go for the 4th inning at Damaschke Field. Hugo Conors going to lead off the frame. Conors reaching base his first time up, courtesy of a 4-pitch walk, and going to take a first pitch ball to begin the inning. That one going to be a called strike on the lower outside corner of the zone, so it'll draw even 1 ball, 1 strike. Condon hunting those lower outside corners as he came in tight with one, and it's going to be ball 2. Condon from Manasquan, New Jersey. Going to be heading home after this game tonight. Is this one Grantham lost the mask. Condon waves him off and yanks it down. It's a P1 for out number 1.
Briskly walking to the plate, the center fielder, number
is Josh Braxton, going to be the second up in the inning. So Conors retired via a high shot to Cullen Condon, left side of the mound. Braxton grounded out 4-3 back in the first inning as Condon going to give ball 1. 1-0 pitch, high to the hands, ball 2. We had some questions going on in our YouTube chat about the fireworks. Yes, those are going to be on Thursday, 4th of July here in Newall Park. Out towards right, Moises charging back. Going to pull this one out of the air as that's an F9. Moises with a couple of put-out plays in right field already. 2 down in the 4th, and it is Jetson Williford. Williford doing the EH duties for the 3rd time this season already for Boonville. From Bay Minette, Alabama, taking ball 1, low and away outside. He has 3 multi-hit games, but he also has 5 hitless games, as that one comes above his shoes, and it'll go to 2-0. 2-0 count, 2 away. Boonville trailing 5-1 as Condon delivers. Got him reaching at the fastball, 2-1. Condon's 2-1. In there tight for ball 3. Boonville got the scoring going in the top of the first. Took a 1-0 lead. Outlaws answered back with 5 consecutive runs as Condon gets a called strike. So after trailing 3-0, works the bat full. His payoff offering, slow bouncer in foul territory down the first baseline. So we'll get another one to Williford with the count still full here. Pitch sent straight on back into the screen. And so we'll get another pitch to Williford coming up. He's already seen 7. Counts full with 2 away. Base is empty. Lumberjacks trying to answer back. The pitch high to the hands for ball 4. So Williford draws the walk. As it's the second one issued by Condon so far in this game. Jose Valdez, 7th spot in the order, going to be the next man to hit. Condon walking 3 or better batters in all 5 of his outings so far in the summer. Missed up and in with this one. Condon low 90s on his fastball, usually where he sits around. Low 80s curve. Also throws a slider, and he's trying to add a sinker. Throw back to first. Williford got in there standing up. Condon just trying to keep him honest here in this top of the 4th. Sat with the 1-0. In tight again, ball 2. Valdez grounded into a 4-6-3 double play back in the second. Two-0. Up and away, ball 3. So Valdez, second part of that 4-6-3 double play, is the man in front of him, Williford, who got on via the walk, was forced out at second. 3-0 coming in there low and inside for a strike 1. He'll clip that bottom inside corner. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs now the count. As Condon offers this one, shot on back in the Grantham, rolls to the mat and behind home. So the count's full with 2 away. Condon taking a long look-see to first. I'm set with this one. Kitson fires. Shot on straight up over the screen and going to drop into the ballpark. Beyond the seats on the first base line. Got some dogs down there. So that's our doggy area here at the ballpark tonight. Bark in the Park night here at Damaschke. So a big, exciting week. Bark in the Park tonight. And then the 4th of July game on Thursday with post-game fireworks following our game with Mohawk Valley. 6 o'clock will be the first pitch time on Thursday night. Only non-7 o'clock start this season at home for Oneonta. Big swing and a miss as Condon got him on the fastball. To the bottom of the 4th we go. 5-1 Outlaws still going to be your score. Bottom of the 4th inning, and leading things off for Oneonta going to be none other than the center fielder, Jaden Ross. Leading 5-1 here against Doherty as he skipped his first one off the plate. Ross had an RBI single and scored a run back in the 2nd. Going to keep the foot on the gas here and pick up another hit as he shoots this one over the screen and out of the ballpark. So 1-1 it'll go. Ross coming up to Oneonta from Tampa, Florida, playing his 2nd summer in the PGCBL after he played last year for Mohawk Valley. The 1-1, Ross reaching off the glove of Rodriguez. That'll roll into shallow center. He took a big turnaround first. He'll stop there. So that will be a single for Jaden Ross as he's going to start his day 2 for 2.
The extra hitter from RPI, number
It's
6,
got to be a big confidence booster for Jaden Ross. He's been trying to string together some good nights and has had a hard time on balls hit right at guys. So lucky he gets the bounce off the glove of Rodriguez. And to Burnsworth we go. Here with one on, bottom 4th, nobody out. Burnsworth had one come in high and up at his head, so he ducks back down. 1-0 it'll go. Ross with a couple of step lead off of first base. 1-0 count on Burnsworth down at the 10 spot. The pitch, huge swing and a miss as it'll draw even. Coming up in the 5th inning, we'll take our first and only look of the night at the PGCBL Eastern Division standings. Doherty tries his pick off, and able to dive in safely was Ross. Vasquez does a great job holding the runner over there at first base. One thing we've seen all season long from Booneville. 1-1, Ross now on the move. Skipped off the plate, and the throw's late to second, so Ross going to get the stolen bag. Valdez a little bit late with the spring up to get that throw down there. So 2-1, and now Ross in scoring position with nobody out. Doherty glancing towards second. Ross now a quarter of the way towards third as the count goes even on the off speed. Two from the stretch. Burnsworth trying to find that hole. Rodriguez over to scoop it. Throw over. Safe. Burnsworth flashing the speed, gets down the line. Goes Rodriguez to Vasquez, but not in time to get the speedy Owen Burnsworth. So it's runners at the corners with nobody out for the top of the order and Mr. Tanner Hardin. Hardin reached on an E5 in the first, grounded out 2-3 in the second. So this is third at bat already of the evening. He tips one on back into the screen, just to the right of the Outlaw dugout on that third base line. Oneonta's dugout on the third base line. Boonville's is on the first. It's the Oneonta pen in left and the Boonville pen down in right. Doherty trying that pick off to first, and Burnsworth able to get back in there. 8-4, the hits favor the Outlaws. Boonville with 2 errors, the Outlaws with 1. Tip straight on back into the screen. It's going to go 0-2 on Tanner Hardin. So the 0-2, Burnsworth on the move is Hardin. Able to send it straight on back behind the plate. So that's 3 pitches that Hardin's faced already. Quick checklet to first. Doherty now with the throw. Wash wanted to run, but he's going to get back to third. Burnsworth definitely throwing Doherty out of a rhythm here in this bottom of the fourth. Up and away, that'll go, as it's now 1-2. Oneonta going to be hoping that somebody could come in and fill that hole that Tanner Hardin's going to leave on the left side of the infield. These Wofford guys departing, there will be a couple of holes on this roster. Somebody's got to step up and step into in a big way quickly. 2-2 offering. Hardin out towards the left center gap. That one's going to fall down, rolling past Wayne. Braxton able to cut it off. Ross trots in to score, and it's 6-1 Outlaws. So that'll be an RBI single for Tanner Hardin. As Burnsworth staying put it down at second. So Burnsworth at second, Hardin at first, and Nick Delvecchio going to hit. Delvecchio reaching on an error in the first, able to score a run, also grounded out 1-3 in the second. 6-1 lead for Oneonta as Delvecchio went reaching for a fastball, low and away. Delvecchio finished his freshman year at Long Island U, has really found a place here in this Oneonta lineup. Flip to Rodriguez, back across the diamond in time. That'll be a 4-6-3. At least they get Burnsworth down to third. So 4-6-3 double play does Delvecchio ground into, and that's 2 double plays at the middle infield for the Lumberjacks have turned already. Ethan Glossa going to hit with a runner 90 feet away and a 6-1 lead. Glossa been on base twice, hit by a pitch and a single, and he's going to fall behind 0-1 on a fastball. That was Glossa's pitch to hit, but he didn't offer, opting to take one. The 0-1, Glossa out towards right field, going to drop in front of Miller out there. Burnsworth able to score, make it 7-1 as Glossa up to 2 RBIs.
From Northwestern State, number 33, Colton.
Love to see Ethan Glossa blasting one out in the right field. So 7-1 the score for Colton Harrison. Harrison able to reach on a fielder's choice in the first, struck out swinging in the second as he takes a strike one. 0-1 pitch. Harrison out towards left field. Gonna drop down in just north of the line, so 0-2. Almost said south of the line, but definitely gonna be north in that respect. So 0-2 with 2 away. Outlaws up to 10 hits now with 3 already in this half inning. Storty probably going to be out after this half inning with action in the Booneville pen. Not even going to attempt the throw as Valdez. Glossa going to get a stolen bag. Took a big jump and able to get rewarded for it. So 1-2 will be the count. If they need him here in this bottom of the 4th, Marco Moises waiting in the on-deck circle. Looking down towards second to 1-2. Low and away outside, ball 2. Outlaws now with a half-dozen run lead. Glossa, healthy lead off a second, 2-2. In there, high and in for ball 3. Glossa's been lucky the last couple of days to have his dad out here from Illinois. He's actually going to be leaving after this game tonight. Be gone for a couple of days as he's going back to Illinois for a long-planned family reunion. The full count. Harrison right on the line to third. Hugo Conors. L5 retires Harrison. Gloss are going to be stranded at second. To the 5th we go. 7-1 Oneonta. Now going to be your score. Top of the 5th inning, and Charlie Pellissier, Nate Vasquez, Wally Rodriguez to hit here for Booneville as Condon goes to the fastball and quickly going to get ahead 0-1. Pellissier hit a single, got stranded at second, back in the second inning as the 0-1. Gonna miss low and in, ball 1. Pellissier worked a deep at bat to get that single back in the second. Worked Condon for 8 pitches. 1-1. Reach for 1 as that's a strike 2. Condon getting swings and misses at those fastballs. Low and in as he kicks and sets the 1-2. Low and away outside, 2-2. Nate Vasquez, who also singled his last time up, waits on deck behind Pellissier. Condon's 2-2, delivers quickly. Called strike 3 as he reins him up looking. Charlie Pellissier going to be down with a backwards K. Now Nate Vasquez comes up. This Boonville team has only scored 17 runs in their last 5 games. They've also been shut out 3 times already, which is second most in the league, behind just the Glens Falls Dragons. 0-1, Nate Vasquez falls behind. Condon getting another swing at a fastball. This is 0-1 offering, low and away outside, ball 1. Condon now with just 3 strikeouts, but he's getting the outs courtesy of balls put in play. The 1-1, another reach for a fastball, 1-2. Is Condon's fastball definitely throwing off Boonville here the second time through the order. 1-2 from Condon, low and away outside, ball 2. Two-two pitch. Low and in the dirt, ball 3. So the count's full with 1 away here top of the 5th. Again, coming up in the bottom half of the inning, we'll take first and only look of the night at the Eastern Division standings as Vasquez is going to draw a walk. Pitch came up high and into the hands, so Vasquez is going to be on courtesy of the walk.
From NJIT, number 27, Waldy Rodriguez.
So Waldy Rodriguez with 1 on and 1 away. Outlaws middle infield going to shift on over to double play depth as it's 1-0 on Rodriguez. Looking over to first, the 1-0. Clips the zone for a strike as it's 1-1. Condon with his toes pointed square to third. Bounce one in the dirt, gets past Grantham. Over to second will go Nate Vasquez. That'll be a wild pitch. So 2-1 now the count. Runner in scoring position is Booneville trying to strike for the first time since the first. They caught the Lumberjacks on 1. Is Wang able to get a single in the first inning, able to steal, and then getting a third on an error. His good plate defense for Rodriguez, shot one off into the screen above the Jack dugout. So 2-2 count with 1 away. Long checklet to second. Rodriguez a bouncer. King with a long range over. Flips to Harrison in time. That'll be a 5-3. Ryan King, a few steps drifting over to his left, able to deliver to Harrison in time, and there's 2 down for now the top of the order in Wei Chen Wang.
Top of the left fielder from Canaan University, number 4, Wei Chen Wang.
Wang 1 for 2 to start his day. We just talked about his single in the first inning, then he also lined out to left in the third. Condon with a glance towards second. Comes in above the shoes with ball 1. Two balls, no strikes with 2 outs. Booneville probably going to have a pitching change when we go to the bottom of the 5th. Long look out towards second. Belted right up the middle, past Del Vecchio in the center. Turning Nate Vasquez hesitated, but going to come on in. He'll score, and it's 7-2. It'll be a single for Wei Chen Wang as he picks up his first RBI of the game. Continues to stay hot up there at the top of the Lumberjack lineup. Carter Storty hits next. He started 0 for 2, struck out looking in the first, grounded out 6-3 in the third. Storty both the DH and the pitcher in the lineup. Is Condon, bat set on the run. Grantham loses the mask, Tad slapped on, and a call out down there at the second base bag. That'll be a 2-4, caught stealing to retire Wei Chen Wang, and we are halfway home in this one, ladies and gentlemen. Still going to be a 7-2 score in favor of your Outlaws. Bottom of the fifth inning, and the Lumberjacks will make their first call to the bullpen of the evening. It's going to be none other than Daniel Patton, who's the first man out of the bullpen. As Moises shoots the first one straight on bat foul. Patton representing Hudson Valley Community College on this roster as he just wrapped up his redshirt freshman season up there. Making his 5th appearance of the summer already for Boonville. This is big breath in the 0-1. Moises reached for the fastball, and it'll be 0-2. Patton went an inning and a third in his last outing at Mohawk Valley on June 24th. Is the 0-2 up and away, ball 1. Patton with a hit, a walk, and 2 strikeouts in that game at Mohawk Valley. 2 of his 4 outings have been against the DiamondDawgs. He's also seen Watertown and Saugerties. 1-2, low and away outside, ball 2. Lucas Grantham and Ryan King going to follow Marco Moises here in this 5th inning for Oneonta. Lead shrank back to 5 after Boonville pushed one across in the top half of the inning. Is it's going to go full on Moises. The payoff pitch with nobody out. Patton deals. Moises with a high fly ball out towards shallow right center. Coming on in. Miller going to grab it out of the air for the out. It'll be an F9 to retire Marco Moises as he works a 6-pitch at bat. And we'll go to Lucas Grantham. Grantham, Hardin, Cullen Condon all in their last game tonight for the Outlaws. Grantham trying to make an impact here in this 5th inning with just 1 out. One skips up off the plate. It's ball 1. The 1-0. Low and in, just above the shoes, ball 2. Patton, toes square to third. Grantham, little bouncing ball that direction. Patton pits up, fires to first, high and off the glove of Vasquez. Grantham tumbles down, he's going to be all right. It's going to be an E5. So that's the 3rd error of the game for Booneville in the field. That's been a persistent problem for the Lumberjacks, is trying to bounce back after those errors, as they've had a hard time with that all season. Had 3 alone last night in that 10-0 8-inning loss at Utica. So now 2 consecutive 3-error games as Patton nodding his head home. Drills King on the side of the knee. So it'll be 2 in a row on base here for Oneonta, courtesy of Lumberjack mistakes, ahead of Dylan Millman. Looking as promised at the Eastern Division standings. At the top, it's Amsterdam, 17-3. They've won 5 in a row. Saugerties in the 2 spots, 16-5-1, a game and a half back. Oneonta, 13-10-1, 5.5 back. Mohawk Valley right behind them, 6 back, 11-9-1. Then it's Utica, 12-11-1. Albany, 7-11-1. And then looking on the outside of the playoff picture, Watertown, 9-15-0 as Millman laying off a ball 1. Boonville, 6-15 as they've lost 3 straight and gone 2-8 over their last 10. And then Glens Falls at the very bottom of the division in the 9 spot, 13-5-1. 1-0 with the breath, Patton home with the pitch. Called strike, low and away outside. Looking over at the Western Division, the leader still Batavia as they're now 16-4-1 as they've gotten hot again, winning 3 straight and 7 of their last 8 after a little bit of a cold spell where they dropped 2 of 3 a couple weeks back. 1-1 in above the shoes, ball 2. Millman 1 for 2 on the night so far. Singled, scored a run in the 2nd and grounded out 4-3 in the 3rd. Patton really trying to find his stride here this summer for Booneville as he did only throw 4 innings up at Hudson Valley all spring. His 2-1 pitch, Millman straight on back into the screen behind the plate, so it'll be 2-2. Jaden Ross going to be up behind Millman in this inning. Patton again, if you're just stopping by to join us, the first man out of the Booneville bullpen as it's a 7-2 game. Booneville scored first in the top of the 1st. Outlaws struck right back to take a 5-1 lead through the end of 2. Put up 2 more, bottom of the 4th, and Booneville just put 1 across in the top half of the 5th to make it 7-2. 2-2 pitch, low and away outside as the count goes full on Millman. Outlaws back here at home Thursday night on the 4th of July. Free general admission for all. 6 o'clock first pitch against the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs. So the count's full with 1 out. Big lead for Grantham off a 2nd. It's Patton's pitch. Smoked on up over the screen. Going to stay in the ballpark behind home.
Hey kids, please pay attention to this very important announcement. Take that foul ball back to the
So the count full
to get a tasty treat.
with 1 out.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
7-2, still our score. Grantham's on the move, high and up. That's ball 4. So the bases will be full for Oneonta. Grantham now at third, Kings at second, and Millman going to be at first. So Jaden Ross to hit with the bases full. Pitch from Patton, off the bat, into the screen. So Ross with the foul ball as he went tumbling down. So the 0-1, called strike 2. Bases full here for Oneonta, 1 away. Trying to score for the first time here in this bottom of the 5th. Patton now from the stretch deals. Ross going to be down swinging. He reached at a breaking pitch, low and away. And so there's 2 down now for Owen Burnsworth. So the base is full for Owen Burnsworth, who scored 2 runs, has 2 hits and 2 RBIs already in this game. Scores 7-2 in favor of Oneonta. There's Patton. Gonna poke that one in there. Burnsworth can't get the pitch, low and away. Burnsworth being cheered on by quite a few people in the third base seats behind the Outlaw dugout. Offered at this one, so it'll be strike 2. Now Patton, 1 good pitch away from getting out of this inning.
Is that my usual? Is it a little worse than usual?
Still a 7-2 score in favor of the Outlaws.
Maybe I paused a little bit.
As Patton kicks and fires, sails that one to the backstop. Everybody's going to advance. Grantham scores, and it'll be 8-2 here in the 5th.
You putting on fireworks?
So it'll be a wild pitch to score the run. King gets over to third. Millman's now at second. 1-2. Now Burnsworth looking for his 3rd hit of the game.
What? I used to lick my lips back in the day.
Blowing away outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs.
No, like back in the day, I used to get drunk and I used to lick my lips before the face and drink. I used to do it.
Burnsworth reaches for a slider low and away, and that'll end the inning. Oneonta strands 2 on base, but they do score another. Into the 6th we go.
Is it after 6?
Into the 6th we go. 8-2, gonna still be your score. Top of the 6th inning, and for Oneonta, the first man out of the bullpen tonight is going to be Adam Champlin. He's got a 1-0 record, 3 games, 8 innings pitched, also has a save. Last outing was Thursday night at Glens Falls as he went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits. That was when he got a save as he struck out 6. Champlin sits 0, 155, and relieves Colin Condon, who's now out of the game. And a huge thank you to Colin for all he did here in his 6 appearances, 5 starts for Oneonta this summer. Certainly left a legacy, left his stamp on his team. His Carter Storty, first man to hit this half inning, reached to the fastball and couldn't connect, so it'll be 0-1. Champlin, his 2nd appearance of the summer on the home mound. His last time he did get the win, that was against Watertown way back when on June 4th. 0-1, breaks in there nicely, as it'll be 1-1. Just couldn't get that call on the lower inside. So Champlin looking on back home. The 1-1. Left side of the infield, King kept that one in front. Over to Harrison, slaps the tag on. Out of the baseline, would have been the call anyway, but 5-3 it'll go to retire Storty as there's 1 down to start the 6th.
From Walsh University, the right fielder, number 32, Jax Miller.
So that's exactly what you need if you're Adam Champlin. Get the first out. First one going to come in above the shoes, 1-0. Jax Miller playing right field tonight for Boonville. Started 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts. Reach for 1 as it'll draw back even 1-1. Flew out to right field in the first, left field in the 3rd. The 1-1, upstairs and away, ball 2. So the count's now 2-1 with 1 away as Champlin fires, belted right side of the infield. Harrison scoops up, takes it right to the bag, and there's going to be 2 away. Hugo Conhorst with 2 down here in the top of the 6th.
Mineral Area College in Missouri, the 3rd baseman, number 9, Hugo Conhorst.
Conhorst has a walk and a pop out to the pitcher in his first 2 appearances. Faces Adam Champlin for the first time tonight. Is that one in there for a breaking strike 1? So from the first base side, now an 0-1. Shot on up, foul territory, down the right field line, 0-2. So the count 0-2 with 2 outs. Is Champlin's pitch. Right out towards center, gonna drop in front of Ross. Be a 2-out hit for Hugo Conhorst, his first of the evening, and Josh Bradston gonna come to the plate.
Next up, number 24, Josh Braxton.
Bradston's 0 for 2 to start his night. Grounded out 4-3 in the first. Flew out to right in the 4th. Champlin's pitch is Bradston. Going to send it behind the plate. 0-1 it'll be. As Bradston flaring that bat around in the box. Comes in low and in with that one, 1-1. Quick check glance to first. Champlin, the 1-1. Bradston out towards right field. Moise is chugging over, not going to get there as he runs out of room. Dropped in foul ground in right field, just to the left of the pen. And so it's 1-2 with 2 away. So 1-2 with 2 outs. Is Cone Horse hanging tight to the bat down there at first. Champlin, is that one out towards left field? Trugging back goes Millman. That one's going to fall down and roll to the wall. Hugo Conor is going to turn third. Trying to get to third, going to be Josh Bradston. Relay throw, Ted slapped on and not going to be in time. That'll be a 2-out triple for Josh Bradston as he picks up an RBI, and it'll be 7-3 here in the 6th.
Now batting for Booneville from Mississippi College, Jackson Williford.
Jackson Williford now with a pair of walks. He's come up in both the 2nd and the 4th. Is Josh Bradston getting his first triple of the summer with that one. Came up tight to the hands. It's ball 1. Williford, good contact guy. Usually why he sees the extra hitter duties when he's not behind the plate. Out towards third, hard in, off his glove. King, excuse me. But he'll eat that one as the run scores. So it's going to make it 8-4 here in the 6th. It will be an E5.
Villanova, number 30, Jose Valdez.
So that keeps the inning alive. Is now 3 in a row have gotten on base after Champlin got 2 consecutive outs. Pitch in there for a called strike 1 to Valdez. Champlin going to that curveball to work ahead on Valdez. Oh, 1. Low and away, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. Is Champlin a look behind his shoulder over towards first. Comes bat set and fires. Called strike 2. Came in on that lower inside corner of the zone. So now Champlin 1 good pitch away from getting out of this top half of the 6th. It's been all so long. Got him. Swinging for 1 low and away. So Champlin goes back to the blazing fastball. 2-run score for Booneville. In the bottom 6 we go. 8-4. Oneonta going to be your score. Bottom of the 6th inning, and for Oneonta, it's top of the order is Tanner Harden going to step to the plate. First pitch of the at-bat, going to come on in there low and in, ball 1. Daniel Patton back out for his 2nd inning of work here after giving up a run and an earned run in that bottom half of the 5th. Skipped one off the plate, so it'll be 2-0. Patton nods toward home. Clipped the lower outside edge, so 2-1 it'll be. Patton's 2-1. Harden high in the air out towards left. Wang going to camp underneath it for out 1. Wang barely had to move as he took one step to his left and was able to pull it out of the air for out 1. And now Nick Del Vecchio going to hit. Del Vecchio, 0 for 3 on the night, has been on base once, courtesy of an error. Also a 1-3 ground out and a 4-6-3 double play grounded into. Patton sent Del Vecchio a slider up and away as he put it off foul. We did get word of a change finally in between the last half innings as Garrett Leinberger at 3rd for Boonville now in place of Hugo Conors is out in the shallow right field. Miller going to make the play for the out. So F7, F9, back-to-back flyouts here against Patton to start the 6th. And Ethan Glosser going to hit. Glosser's been on base 3 times so far tonight. Got hit by a pitch in the 1st. Also has pair of RBI singles. Low and away outside. Glosser takes ball 1. Glosser trying to settle into a groove here ahead of a couple of days off. 1-0. Skips in front of the plate by a few feet, so it'll be 2-0. Patton working more towards the 3rd base side of the rubber now. 2 down. His 2-0. Sails high and up, ball 3. Patton's 3-0. Strike 1 on that lower outside corner of the zone. So the count going to be 3-1 here against Glosser. Oneonta scoring a run in all but one of the first 5. Glosser takes the walk as the pitch misses low and away off the plate. Harrison, the next man up, debuting a new walk-up song tonight as he opted to change his walk-up to Warning by Morgan Wallen. Harrison, a big country music fan, which we love to hear. So Glosser with a healthy lead off of first. Is that one low and away outside? So Patton's 1-0. Shot up high and out of play, so it'll be 1-1. Patton with a quick checklet to first, the 1-1. High and away, ball 2. Outlaws get the off day tomorrow, back home on Thursday and Friday. Thursday against Mohawk Valley, and then Friday again against Boonville. Boonville's off for the next 2 days before they come back here on Friday. The 2-1, Harrison, slow tapper towards third, got into foul territory before it got to the bat. So Gloss will be forced to go back to first. Count will be 2-2. Harrison trying to pick up his first hit of the night. As the Outlaw lead now shrunk back to 4. 2-2, Gloss is on the run, low and away. That one missed. Gloss gets the stolen bag as he's in the second with plenty of time, didn't even get a throw. So the count's full. So we get a mound trip from Valdez to talk to Patton here. Trying to settle him down out there on the mound. We do have some action down in the Booneville bullpen, so there's probably going to be Patton's last inning. The payoff pitch, upstairs and away, ball 4. So that's back-to-back walks here for Oneonta with 2 outs. Marco Moises, the 5-hole hitter, comes up next. Booneville looks like they might be making a pitching change before we even get too far. As they're going to talk to Patton first. Looks like the reliever they have up and throwing, not ready to come in just yet. Brian Fajardo is the head coach at Booneville, for those of you who were curious or did not know. Fajardo in his second season up there for the Lumberjacks. Does a great job working with pitchers and does a nice job working with infielders, rotating the bats around and such. Runs a great program up there in Booneville, and that team and organization have really done a lot to improve and better themselves the last few years. That park up there looking swell, as they've done a lot of renovating, and it was a great place to be. Look out towards second. The first offering, Moises over towards third. Picked up on the glove, 4-step onto the bag, and that will retire Ethan Gloss. So it'll be a 5 unassisted to send down Glow. 2 will be stranded on base for Oneonta, and they do not score here in the 6th as the 7 comes up next. 8-4 Outlaws still going to be your score. Top of the 7th inning, and Adam Champlin going to stay out here for a second consecutive inning. Charlie Pellissier leads off the frame for Boonville, who scored 3 runs over the course of the last 2 innings. Pitch missed in tight to Pellissier, so it'll be 1-0. Nate Vasquez and Waldy Rodriguez will follow him here in the 7th for the Jats. Champlin, toes pointed to third, is 1-0. Clip the upper outside, 1-1. Pellissier's gone 1 for 2 as he singled and struck out looking in his first 2 times up. Right up the middle, finds the hole between second and short. Into center field it goes, and Pellissier going to be 2 for 3. Pellissier going straight up the middle with a single, and Keaton Mark now going to walk on out. We'll see if he's taking the ball from Champlin or if Adams going to remain in the ball game. Looks like it's just going to be a quick conversation between the two. As Marco walked back to the dugout, the reliever up and throwing for the Outlaws, not ready as of yet. So staying tight to the bat down there at first, going to be Charlie Pellissier. Mart finally back at the Oneonta dugout, and it's Nate Vasquez now to bat. First pitch, showing bunt, came around on it, but put it back into the screen, so it'll be 0-1. Pellissier, a couple of step lead now off of first base. Champlin from the first base side of the rubber, 0-1. Clips the lower outside, 0-2. Quit Chetlet to first. Champlin's 0-2 offering. Belts it out towards right field. We're going to curve into the seating area down in right. So that'll be 3 pitches now that Vasquez is seen. Trying to work Champlin deep here. Champlin has gone 3 innings in each of his last 2 innings, or 2 outings for the Outlaws, excuse me. His 0-2 finds the hole between second and third. Into left field it goes, and that will be back-to-back singles here for the Jacks. Keaton Mark is going to come out of the dugout, and he's going to point down to the Oneonta pen, so we will get a pitching change here in the top of the 7th inning. 8-4, still going to be your score as we step aside for a quick break. Top of the 7th, back here at Damaschke Field. 2 runners on base. Both are Adam Champlins, and they're inherited by the next pitcher out in Lawrence Ellenson. Ellenson going to be pitching in his 5th game here for Oneonta so far in the summer. He's got a 1-0 record with a save through 5 2/3 innings pitched. It was his last outing where he got a save. It was game 2 with a doubleheader last Wednesday at Utica. It was a 2-1 final. First offering, skips away from Grantham behind the plate. That'll be a wild pitch. Both base runners advance quickly. So there's 2 on base. Here with a 1-0 count. Lawrence Ellenson making his first appearance on the home mound here at Damaschke Field. Wally Rodriguez trying to pick up a couple of RBIs here. 10-9 hits favor the Outlaws. As Ellenson pointed towards third as 1-0, low and away outside ball 2. Wally Rodriguez popped out to first, back in the 2nd, grounded out 5-3 in the 5th. Ellenson's 2-0, up and in, tight to the bat, ball 3. Ellenson bats at his 3-0. Called strike 1 in that lower outside corner of the zone. Ellenson's longest outing was where he picked up his win. It was at Watertown back on June 17th. (3-1), low and away outside ball 4. So the bases are going to be full here in the top of the 7th for Boonville.
With the left fielder, number 4, Wei Chen Wang.
We go back to the top of the order here in the top of the 7th. Wei Chen Wang. Wang has gone 2 for 3 to start his night. He's got an RBI and a run scored as that one shot straight on back. Up behind home. So Ellenson quickly going to work ahead, 0-1. He's 6'0", 190 from Marlboro, New Jersey. Is Ellenson's 0-1, low and away outside ball 1. One and one pitch from Ellenson, low and away outside ball 2. Wayne stands small in the bonds, standing at just 5'7". As Ellenson delivers the 2-1. In there, bit low, ball 3. Ellenson just wrapped up his freshman year down at Long Island University. Looking over towards first. Called strike 2 on that lower outside. So it goes 3-0, and then Ellington fights right back with 2 strikes. He's a finance major at LIU. Is the payoff pitch. Ball 4. That walks in a run. That run will be charged to Adam Champlin. As it's Charlie Pelletier who crosses the plate. Vasquez gets to third. Rodriguez now at second. And Wei Chen Wang going to stand at first. Carter Storty has gone 0 for 3 to start his day. They're going to make a change in the spot in the order. Nope, it stays Carter Storty. Okay. So Storty with the bases full. Stays in that DH spot in the order despite being out of the game on the hill. First one he takes low and away. It's ball 1. So Boonville making things surely interesting here in the 7th. As they've now scored 4 of the last 5 runs in this thing. It's 8-5 Oneonta. 1-0. Off the glove of Grantham, going to roll behind the plate. Ellenson going to charge in, cover the plate, but all base runners retreat, luckily for the Outlaws' defensive sake. Oneonta going to get somebody else up and throwing down in the bullpen. So the Outlaws, lucky for the state, they only have to use a couple of arms last night because definitely going to need another one here behind Ellenson if this outing turns out to be relatively short. It's 2-0, low and away, outside ball 3. So he just issued a full count walk to Wei Chen Wang. Now 3 straight balls to Carter Storty. Base is still full for Booneville and still nobody out. Is the 3-0. Low and away again, ball 4. 4-pitch walk issued to Storty, another run walked in. And it's going to be an 8-6 game here in the 7th. Rodriguez now advancing over to third. Wei Chen Wang at second. Carter Storty to first. And Jats Miller going to try to keep this big inning going and get a couple more runs home. Pointed with his toes towards first. That one skips up in the dirt for ball 1. So Jats Miller with a 1-0 count. Big swing and a miss as it'll draw back even. 1 ball, 1 strike with still nobody out. As hopefully Ellington can keep drilling those in there. Looking down towards third. His 1-1. Skips in the dirt, going to get away from Grantham. Run's going to chug on in to score. The 2 base runners behind going to advance, and it's now going to be an 8-7 game. It'll be a wild pitch to score Waldy Rodriguez. Get Wei Chen Wang to third, and now Storty down to second. Keaton Mark going to look down towards the Outlaw dugout. Trying to buy as much time as he can here for Lawrence Ellington. As he will take the ball from him. So Ellington gives the ball up. 2-1 count. And Oneonta going to turn things over to their next pitcher in line. Looks like it'll be Joel Hayner when we come back. 2-1 count. Joel Hayner out of the bullpen here for Oneonta to relieve Lawrence Ellington. Surrenders 3 walks and is responsible for a run that's crossed the plate. 8-7 and the Oneonta infield going to play in as that one clips the lower outside corner of the zone against the lefty swinger and Miller. Hayner making his 6th appearance. He's already gone 12 1/3 innings. He has an 0.73 ERA. And has not pitched since he threw 4 innings to close out the tie game against Mohawk Valley last Tuesday. Low and away outside, that's ball 3, so the count goes full. Hayner really needs a strike 3 or a ball put in play that the Outlaw defense can turn around to a couple outs right here. 3 runs already home in the inning for Boonville, still nobody out. Hayner looking towards third, now towards second is payoff. Got Miller. Went to the off speed, low and away, and got Miller going for that one. He has a quick conversation with Garrett Lineberger, who's in this game now at third base. Lineberger coming in the 2nd inning for Boonville. Faces Joel Hayner, who's trying to get Oneonta out of this jam, keep this game where it's at, or hopefully close to where it's at right now. First offering, gonna skip in the dirt for ball 1. Grant, I'm doing a nice job to keep that one in front. It's Wang at third. And Storty's at second. So 2 in scoring position. Is Hayner's 1-0. Tipped on back off the nub of the bat, 1-1. So the 1-1 count, 1 away. Is Hayner trying to get a couple more outs here. Big swing and a miss as it'll go to 1-2. So 1-2 count with 1 away. As Hayner fires in, clips the elbow of Garrett Lineberger. So the base is going to be full again for Boonville. And Hayner going to try to shake this one off. He's a big energy guy down there in the locker room for Oneonta. And Hayner trying to flash that here. And give him some good outs, get some good strikes, and keep this thing where it's at. Hayner's gone deep in 2 appearances so far. That one breaks low and away, just barely off the lower outside corner of the zone. This is his 3rd appearance on the home mound, 3rd consecutive as his first 3 appearances of the season. All were on the road. Was at Glens Falls, at Amsterdam, at Watertown, and now seeing time 3 consecutive times here at home. 1-0, called strike on the lower inside corner. Hayner has 1 more year left when he gets back to Lynn in the fall down there in Florida. His 1-1. Big swing and a miss as he went to the fastball. Watson was trying to poke that one straight up the middle if he could have connected on it. One, 2 with 1 away. Is Hayner's pitch. Belted up over the screen and going to get on out of here foul. So the count's still 1-2. Is Hayner rocking around out there and delivers. Left side of the infield, going to be scooped by Harden. Turn to Del Vecchio, throw over to Harrison. Not going to be in time. Tying run does score, and there's now 2 away in this 8-8 game. So that will be a 6-4 to force out Lineberger. Storty advancing over to third, and it'll be runners at the corners with 2 away for Jackson Williford. Keaton Mark out of the dugout having a quick conversation with our field umpire. So 4 runs have now scored here on the top of the 7th for Boonville to tie this thing after it was an 8-4 lead for Oneonta. Outlaws going to come to the plate in the bottom half of the 7th and try to get some runs back. Boonville now putting up 7 of the last 8 in total. After they went cold for 3 innings after a 1 run in the top of the first. Immediately on the run, Grantham going to lose this ball. Hayner was ready to charge in to cover the plate, but back to third. Storty's going to go. It'll be a second on the wild pitch. So 1-0 going to be the count on Williford. As Hayner belts this one up there. Going to be shot over the screen on the first baseline, so it'll drop to 0-2. So Hayner communicating with Grantham about what he's going to go to here. 0-2, 2 away. Is Hayner's pitch, sails in high and in, ball 1. Hayner's 1-2, breaks in there nicely, but won't get the call. It's 2-2. Off at third is Storty. Brad Stinton, big lead off a second as well. Hayner 2-2 offering, gets him swinging for 1. Williford going, poking around for that fastball, can't connect as he gets nothing but air, and it's stretch time here at Damaschke. Now a tie game at 8-8. Boonville going to make a pitching change as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Now in a tie ball game at 8A. Tyler Bono takes things over. He's from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, making his 4th appearance here for Boonville and 3rd out of the bullpen. First pitch to Lucas Grantham, going to sail in tight to the knees for ball 1. Bono pitching for the first time since June 24th at Mohawk Valley when he gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, all of which were earned with 2 walks and 2 Ks as he faced just 9 batters. We get a quick trip out from Valdez to see him here. Bono, 6'6", 215, just wrapped up his freshman year at the University of Mary. Grantham's been on base twice tonight, once via fielder's choice and once via an error. Has scored a run. Is that one in tight as well for ball 2? The 2-0 called, strike 1 to Grantham. Ryan King and Dylan Millman going to follow Grantham here in the bottom half of the 7th for Oneonta. Bono's 2-1. Grantham popped out in the air towards right field. Miller drifting over. Almost got to that one, but it dropped down in the corner just to his left. Two balls and 2 strikes. Outlaws now with 10 hits. Boonville with 9. Bono looking home. Kits and delivers. Is that one just going to miss off that lower inside corner? So the count goes full here on Grantham. Is Bono with a payoff offering. Grantham out towards center field. Braxton charging back, looks up, and able to yank it down for the out. So a deep fly out to center field starts the Outlaw half of the 7th.
For your Outlaws, number 2, Ryan King.
Ryan King up next. King's been hit by a pair of pitches tonight, also has a single and a run scored. Got stranded at 3rd back in the Outlaw 5th, where they put up a run. Scored 2 in the bottom of the 4th, 1 in the bottom of the 5th as King took a good breaking pitch for strike 1. Bono's 0-1. Dipped up off the mitt, going to roll behind the plate, so it'll be 1-1. Bono kits and sets his 1-1. Kane straight on back into the netting, so 1-2. King going to step on back into the box. The 1-2 from Bono. King on back over the screen behind home. Everybody charging for that one as it falls on down. So somebody's going to have themselves an outlaw foul ball. The 1-2, up and away, ball 2. Two-two pitch, low and away outside ball 3, so it's gone full on King. Bono in his last outing worked in a 4 full counts in an inning and a 1/3 at Mohawk Valley. It's the 3rd time he's pitched on the road. Is another payoff pitch. in the dirt for ball 4. King's going to draw the 1-out walk, and we'll go to Dylan Millman.
Put your hands together for number
Dylan Millman has been on base twice so far tonight. Single and a walk and a run scored. King's going to stay close to that bag down at first. First pitch, low and away outside for ball 1. A 1-0, low and away, ball 2. King, a healthy lead off of first. 2-0. In there for a called strike. Very aggressively 2-1. 2-1 count with 1 away here on Millman. Is Bono. Broke in there nicely, but couldn't get the call, so it'll be 3-1. Bono, another quick glance over to first. King wants to run. Ball 4, as it's in the opposite batter's box. Back-to-back walks issued by Bono. His command has been a problem for him, and Jaden Ross now going to come up looking for a third hit. Boonville going to try to settle down Tyler Bono. Bono not exactly off to the best of starts here. It's Jeremy Harrison who's out there talking to him. He coaches third on the base pass. And now he's going to walk back to the dugout. So Harrison, both the third base coach and the pitching coach here for Boonville. 2 on base, 1 away. And Jaden Ross certainly would love to come up with a hit here. Ross has been hosed quite a bit at the plate this summer on calls that should have gone the other way. First one in there for a strike. Ross laying off that off speed. Quick glance to second, the 0-1. Ross trying to show bunt. Going to be a called strike 2. Thought he had pulled it back. But again, umpire's not too kind to Jay Ross. Bono 0-2. King's on the move towards third. Called strike 3. As they ring him up looking. Lit the low and away. As Ross having a conversation with our home plate umpire about that one.
RBI number 6, Owen Burns.
Looked like that zone got stretched a couple feet. Owen Burnsworth going to settle on in. Huge swing and a miss as that one came right down Main. Burnsworth having one of his best nights so far in the summer as he has a pair of hits, a couple of RBIs, and a run scored as the 0-1 upstairs and away, ball 1. Both base runners going to hold up. Burnsworth struck out swinging his last time up in the 5th. is Bono from the first base side. Is 1-1. Low and away, ball 2. Two one. In there for a called strike. Gets it to go back even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and an 8-8 game. Bono had an inflated ERA at the University of Mary this year, as it was north of 7. As his 2-2 offering, Broach low and away outside, ball 3. So the count going to go full on Burnsworth. Is this the 4th full count of the inning for Tyler Bono? Outlaws 2 in scoring position, looking to take this lead back to 3-2. Burnsworth with a high shot on the infield. Bono pulls it down out of the lights. That'll be a P1 as Oneonta strands 2 in scoring position. Into the 8th we go. 8-8 still going to be your score. Top of the 8th inning, still going to be an 8-8 game. 7-8-9 in the Booneville order to bat this half inning. Jose Valdez going to lead things off against Joel Ainer, stays in the game and deals in a first pitch strike. Valdez 0 for 3, grounded into a double play, also has a pair of strikeouts. The 0-1. Checks his swing, and they say he held up, so it'll be 1-1. Hayner looking over towards third, 1-1. Called strike 2 on that upper outside corner of the zone. Coming up here in just a minute, we'll take one more look at the PGCBL out-of-town scoreboard. It's Hayner's 1-2, up and away, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, and Hayner looking for the first out of the 8th there. The pitch. Up and away, just barely out of the zone. It'll go full. Payoff offering in there, tight to the knees for ball 4. So Valdez is going to be on with a leadoff walk here to begin the 8th. Game 1 down in Saugerties tonight was taken by the Albany Baseball Club from the Stallions 5-3. Watertown over Glens Falls up there in Rapid Country, 5-0 the final. In 7 innings, Amsterdam takes down Mohawk Valley 15-4. Game 2, Saugerties bounces back with a 9-0 win against Albany. Elmira and Auburn tied up 2-2 late in that one. And in the bottom of the 6th in Geneva, 17-5, the Mutt Dogs lead the Red Wings. Chet swing and Charlie Pelletier did come around, and so he'll trail 0-1 in the count. Pelletier 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, has a run scored. His run coming courtesy of an RBI hit by Wei Chen Wang back in the 7th. Pelletier 0-2. Throw to first. Harrison going to hang tough to the bag. Looking over towards first. Hayner's 0-2. Out towards right. Harrison was trotting over there. Couldn't get to that ball as it dropped into the seats. So Pelletier going to situate himself back in the box here. 0-2 count. Skipped up off the plate, 1-2. Pelletier looking to try to break this game open here in the 8th inning. Boonville scoring 7 of the last 8 after Oneonta had themselves quite the lead in this one. It was 8-2 after the 5th inning, which goes to show you how things have gone here the last couple of frames. 1-2 offering. Out towards the gap in left center field. That one's going to fall into the hole. Big turnaround second. Valdez going to get to third. He's going to take the turn, trying to head to the plate. We will get a throw. Sails past Grantham into the backstop all the way to third. Goes Charlie Pelletier. 9-8 going to be the lead here for Booneville. It will be an RBI for Charlie Pelletier as he's credited with a double and then advances on the error. So now another run just 90 feet away. Still nobody out here at the top of the 8th. Outlaws infield going to drift in. It's Hayner pushes one into the lower inside corner. Nate Vasquez has scored a pair of runs in this game, and he's been on all 3 times he's been to the plate. 0-1. Got him hacking and missing at 1, so it'll be 0-2. There's a pair of singles and a walk. Got stranded on base in the 2nd. Scored in both the 4th and 7th. Hayner's 0-2 with the infield still in. Call strike 3 as he gets him on the upper inside. So that'll be a backwards K if you're scoring along at home to retire Nate Vasquez. And down will go to Waldy Rodriguez.
The shortstop from NJIT, number 27, Waldy Rodriguez.
Waldy Rodriguez has walked tonight and scored a run. Also has a pop out to first and a ground out 5-3. First one, he swings at it out towards right. Moise is charging over towards the line, going to drop down just a few feet to the right of the foul line. So it'll quickly be 0-1 as Rodriguez being aggressive yet again. Count 0-1 on Rodriguez. After Rodriguez, we'll go back to the top of the Lumberjack order as he's in the 10 spot. Boonville not back in action until Friday after tonight when they turn around and come back here to Oneonta as the 0-1 misses just up off the plate, 1-1. Rodriguez trying to put a ball in play, get another run home, and give Boonville an insurance run. It's Hayner's 1-1. Sprays up some dust, 2-1. Two balls, one strike with one out as Hayner fires low and away outside ball 3. Boonville has left a half dozen runners on base in this game. Been a persistent problem for both these two teams so far this summer. The 3-1, low and away again, ball 4 outside. So that's another walk issued here by Joel Hayner. Oneonta bullpen is still quiet. And so now with one out, they're going to hope Wei Chen Wang can put a ball in play.
Top with number 4, Wei Chen Wang.
Wang has scored a pair of runs in this game. Also has an RBI. Smokes one out towards left field, charging back. Millman not going to make the play on this ball. Coming on in from third, going to be Charlie Pellissier. Waldy Rodriguez will stop at second, and on that hard hit ball, Boonville taking a 2-run lead. Rodriguez is going to be over here at third base. So that will be an error in left field for Dylan Millman. Keaton Mark going to come out and talk to our field umpire yet again here with a score 10-8. And a quick conversation. He's pointing over towards Wei Chen Wang. Don't know what they're discussing about right now. Umpires will converge after Keaton Mark comes out. We're talking about Waldy Rodriguez, I think, as he was pushed over to third after he took a big turn around second and was allowed to get over there. So runners at the corners with one down. Still not 100% sure what the lawn discussion was about in regards to that, but 10-8 going to be the score. It's Hayner rocking around, he fires. Up and away, Grantham not even going to attempt the throw, so he'll eat that one. So it'll be second and third here with one out. Hayner going to call time, and he'll step off. Oh, 0-1. Past the glove of Tanner Harding in the left. 2 runs are going to score here for Boonville, and it's going to be a 12-8 game here in the 8th. It's going to be a 2 RBI single for Carter Storty. As we'll go to Jats Miller. Boonville absolutely fired up after Carter Storty finding that hole on the left side. Jats Miller 0 for 4, going to come up as Hayner Desperately looking for some outs here to get out of this 8th inning. Immediately on the run goes Storty. Grantham loses the mask. Harden trying to slap the backhand tag down, but a stolen bag for Carter Storty nonetheless. So he runs his way into scoring position. It's a 1-0 game. Here and now a 4-run difference. Keaton Mark going to come out of the dugout. Is Grantham having a little equipment malfunction? So Storty stands at second after the stolen base. Back-to-back 4-run innings for Boonville, and still just 1 out on the board here in this half inning. One-0 is Hayner back rocking around from the stretch. Pushes this one in there off the glove of Grantham. It'll go. Able to keep it in front though. And so it's 2-0. Hayner bats looking towards home. His 2-0 pitch. Trying to show bunt. Say he came around, so it'll be 2-1. Didn't even really try to pull it back. There's a couple of deep flyouts, a 3 unassisted, and a strikeout swinging. Miller working with a yellow and red bat up there in the box for Boonville. It's 2-1. Up over the screen behind home. Going to get on out of here, out of the park, 2-2. Hayner's 2-2 pitch. Miller checks his swing. He did come around. So he'll be retired swinging for the 2nd consecutive inning, and now there's 2 down for Garrett Lineberger.
Now up for the Lumberjacks, number 5, Garrett Lineberger.
Miller in the 3 spot, 0 for 5 tonight now. And Garrett Lineberger going to try to keep the inning going here for the Jacks. They've pushed 4 runs across the plate in the half inning already. Is that one shot on off foul? So it'll be 0-1. Lineberger, a pair of singles and a hit by pitch, has also scored a run. Hayner, bat set from the stretch is 0-1, off the glove of Grantham, but a called strike anyway, 0-2. So Hayner now 1 pitch away from getting out of this top of the 8th. Oneonta with some action down in the bullpen and left right now. Hayner with a quick glance behind him, 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3 as they ring him up looking on the upper outside corner. Boonville pushes across 4 more. Into the bottom of the 8th we go. Going to be a 12-8 Lumberjack lead. Bottom of the 8th inning, and we'll go back to the top of the order for the Outlaws. Next pitcher out of the bullpen for Boonville going to be Gavin Wilson from the University of Southern Indiana. First pitch of the inning, called strike on the lower outside corner of the zone. Harden's reached base twice tonight, has an RBI single, which came back in the fourth. Has put balls in play in all 4 at-bats. Wilson stands at 6'1", 175. He's from Lee Summit, Missouri. As Harden shot that one off over the Outlaw office area to make it a 0-2 count. Wilson appearing in his 7th game so far this summer for Boonville, has 4 saves in 9 innings pitched. His 0-2 offering breaks up high and away, ball 1. Wilson did throw 2/3 of an inning at Utica last night, got charged for 2 hits, 2 runs, both were earned with a strikeout as he only faced 4. His 1-2 pitch, low and away, ball 2. As it'll go back, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wilson appearing on the road for the 3rd consecutive time here for Boonville. His ERA still standing at 2. 2-2 pitch, Harden, slow chopper. Third base side, picked up, fired to first low, and Harden gonna reach here. That will be an E6 on Rodriguez. As it was an errant throw to get over to the bag, and a foot came off for Vasquez. So Harden on to start the inning. This is the first time Gavin Wilson's seen Oneonta, despite it being Game 4 in the season series. He's seen Watertown twice, Mohawk Valley once, Albany once, Glens Falls once, and then, of course, Utica last night. So seen many of the teams in the division, just hasn't seen the top 3 in the division. As the Outlaws trying to mount a comeback in this game to keep pace to 3rd spot in the East Division right now. The 0-1, low and away outside, ball 1. Del Vecchio on base back in the 1st inning, and since he's gone 0 for 3, it was the 1st inning he reached on an error. The 1-1, Del Vecchio clips this one off the bat, so it'll go to 1-2. Harden staying pretty close to the bat down there, down at first. 1-2, nobody out. The pitch. Back behind home yet again, out of the ballpark into the parking lot. So Del Vecchio going to see a 5th one coming up. Quick check with the first. Wilson's 1-2. Del Vecchio smoked out towards second off the glove of Pellissier. Going to roll into right. 2 in a row going to be on base for the Outlaws. And that'll be charged. This is an E4 to get Del Vecchio on base. So back-to-back errors to begin the inning for Boonville. And now Ethan Glossa are going to come on up. Outlaws going to try to make things interesting here in this bottom of the 8th, down 4. As Boonville scored 11 of the last 12 in this one, including 10 unanswered runs. Glossa going to take one low and away for ball 1. He's been on base all 4 times tonight as a pair of hits, a hit by pitch, and a walk. Also has 2 RBIs, but he's yet to score on the evening. 1-0. Glossa. Did he go? They say no. So 2-0. Leading the count for Glossa. Trying to work comfortably here ahead. Is that one missing low, ball 3. Boonville's bullpen is totally quiet out there in right. in the dirt for ball 4, so the base is going to be full for Oneonta with nobody out. Now Colton Harrison going to try to do what he's been doing lately and come up with big hits. Harrison 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. Been on base twice, fielder's choice and a walk. So base is full, nobody out, down by 4. Wilson's first pitch, gonna go up and away for ball 1. So Valdez is gonna call time and go out to talk to Wilson here. Wilson having a hard time finding the zone here. Also has had a few bad balls go his way, or not go his way in the field, excuse me, with an E6 and an E4 already in the inning. Valdez will go back and settle himself behind the plate. Back in his stance. The 1-0. Harrison whiffed on that fastball, so 1-1. Long look over towards first. 1-1. Harrison, daisy cutter over towards third. They'll go to the plate, and they'll call out as Valdez slapping his foot on the home plate bag. So they get the 4s, 5-2 at home to retire Tanner Harden for the first out. But the base is still going to be full for Oneonta. Marco Moises now hoping that he can do what Colton Harrison couldn't and come up with a hit here. Marco with an RBI single back in the first inning, also on courtesy of a fielder's choice, has a pair of ground outs as well, and going to go ahead in the count 1-0 with that one just above his shoelaces. It's Delvecchio at third, Glosses at second, and Harrison standing at first. 1-0 from Wilson. Moises, right side of the infield, flip by Pellissier to Rodriguez, throw back across the diamond. Moises going to get there. Delvecchio does score, and it'll be 12-9. So that'll be second consecutive fielder's choice. And now it'll be runners at the corners with 2 outs and a 3-run game. Lucas Grantham's been on base twice tonight, courtesy of a fielder's choice and an error. Also has a couple of deep flyouts as that one will skip up and out of the dirt for ball 1. $11 hits for Boonville on the evening, 10 for Oneonta. 12-9 the runs, 5 errors for Boonville, and 4 for your Outlaws. 1-0. Grantham checks his swing, and he did come around, and so it'll be 1-1. Long check look over to first, the 1-1. Grantham came around as he went hunting that fastball down and away. One, two, now with 2 away. Still runners at the corners. Grantham going to opt to call time, so he'll step out. Moises wants to run. Is that one skipping up and away? Ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. is Grantham sending one straight on back to Miller. Trying to get Grantham down that first baseline and does. It'll be a 1 unassisted, and Booneville going to come on out of the dugout celebrating for I don't know what reason. But 12-9 going to be the score. Into the 9th inning we go. 12-9. Top of the 9th inning is Joel Hayner going to stay out there on the mound. It's going to be 5, 6, 7 to hit here for the Lumberjacks as Josh Bradston leads off the top of the 9th. Bradston has been on base twice, goes swinging for a fastball, and it'll be 0-1. Hayner 0-1, Bradston out towards right center. Moises and Ross both over. Moises going to make the play for the out. So it'll be an F9 to retire Bradston to start the 9th. And Jackson Williford going to be due up. Williford singled once, reached on an E5 and struck out swinging. So he's been all over the place with what he's done so far tonight. Hayner up and away for a called strike. Trying to paint that upper outside corner with one. 0-1, another fastball swing and a miss, 0-2. Hayner with a quick check look over to the Boonville dugout. His 0-2 offering. Sent straight on back into the netting behind home. Hayner looking towards the plate. Back rocking around his 0-2. Low and away outside. 1-2. Jose Valdez waiting on deck for Boonville here in the top of the ninth with a 3-run lead. Hayner's 1-2. Out towards center. Ross chugging on back. Gonna pull it down for out number 2. So 2 relatively quick outs here for Boonville, as it's now Jose Valdez. Valdez 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Comes up and clips the upper outside corner, so it'll be 0-1. Huge swing and a miss on another fastball from Hayner. Hayner 1 pitch away from sending us to the bottom of the ninth. His 0-2, up and away, ball 1. One, two. Grantham won't get that call off the lower outside corner. 2-2. Two. Out towards right center again. Ross trying to get to this one. Back towards the track. Falls behind him. Picks up just in front of the wall. Into second with a double will be Valdez. And the inning alive still here in the top of the ninth. Charlie Pellissier with 2 away here in the top of the ninth. Offering it this one, that'll be strike 1. Pellissier bringing that one off his shoulder. Short lead for Valdez down there at second. 0-1, low and away outside, 1-1. Drilled out towards left center field. Racing back. Ross trying to get to this one. Makes the play in left center. And so the inning going to be over. Valdez will be stranded at second. And to the bottom of the ninth we go at Damaschke. 12-9. Boonville going to have the lead. Gavin Wilson back out for the bottom of the 9th inning. Is it 7-8-9 to hit for Oneonta? Down by 3. Ryan King going to come up to the plate. Kane's been on base 4 times tonight. He's been hit by 2 pitches, has a walk and a single. First one comes in high to the hands for ball 1. One 0. Called strike on the lower outside, 1-1. It's quite the half inning in the bottom of the 8th. Outlaws managed to put one home. Stranded a couple on base. It's Kane now going to trail 1-2 in the count as he couldn't connect on that one. One and 2 count, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 9th, trailing by 3. Pitch from Miller. Good take on the lower outside corner of the zone. Just dropped off. Valdez was ready to flip it around the horn. Looking for a strikeout call, but didn't get it. 2-2. Kane straight on back into the netting behind the plate. Two-two offering. Kane brought the bat around, and he went. So he'll be down swinging, and there's one away here to start the 9th.
The center fielder from Maris, number 21,
Dylan Millman now going to come up. He's had 2 walks and a single, also a run scored in this game. Been stranded on base his last 2 times up. Is Miller's first one to him. Up and away, ball 1.
So
1-0. Millman again won't offer as it's going to be 1-1. Quick kick and delivery. Called strike 2 as Millman's taken 3 in a row, and now it's a 1-2 count. One-two pitch. Millman straight up the middle, caught on a liner by Pellestier, and there's going to be 2 away here in the inning. Jaden Ross going to be the last hope for Oneonta tonight. Started his day 2 for 4. As a pair of singles and an RBI, stolen base, and 2 runs scored. Ross will settle on into the box here. First one just above the shoes, 1-0. In there for a called strike 1 to Ross. It'll go to 1-1. Miller 1-1. Called strike 2 on the lower outside corner. Down to their last strike, trailing by 3. Miller, the 1-2, skips it in the dirt and rolls into the screen, 2-2.
This is like 4th of July day. Some people suck.
Yeah, that shit was insane. We got that win taken away too. We had a double roster kid.
Let's get a goon.
Signed on Boonville. He came and played with us too, but he never told us, so they took our wins away.
2-2. Called strike 3 as Ross going to be rung up looking on one that looked high and in. Boonville going to be victors in this one by a 12-9 score tonight. We're going to step aside and take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll wrap things up. So your final score tonight going to be 12-9 in favor of Boonville. 12 runs, 12 hits, and 5 errors for the Lumberjacks. Oneonta goes 9 runs, 10 hits, 4 errors, and that'll be your final for tonight is Boonville. Now going to move to 1-3 in the season set as Oneonta took the first 3. Boonville Nets going to be action here on Friday night against Oneonta as they'll be off for the next 2 days. Outlaws going to be back here on the 4th of July, fresh off an off day tomorrow. 6 o'clock start on Thursday against Mohawk Valley for the 4th of July, and there will be post-game fireworks. So make sure you join us down here on Thursday night for the post-game fireworks, followed our 4th of July game against Mohawk Valley to be free admission. But for now, prior to the off day, we sign things off. Boonville 12-9 victors, and the Outlaws drop to 13-11-1. We will see you on the 4th of July.